I can see what's going to happen. As things move on after that documentary with Evans at the centre of it, you're going to get a growing swell, and it started already, of people thinking of Evans as slightly misguided, or maybe even like slightly stubborn, or he's not well. He's a sort of kindly old gentleman who meant well, who tried to do his best and was just trying to protect the children, because he talked about the babies with the big eyes and isn't it wonderful to see them and everything like that. And he was only trying to protect them instead of what he is, which is more than likely some kind of psychopath. And he has been for many years. And he's destroyed other families. He's more than happy. In fact, he needs Lucy Letby to die in prison to protect himself. That's the level of evil we're talking about. And there's going to be, and there is already starting, this groundswell of an idea, oh, maybe he's not well. He's not out. I read it in another place. He's not through arrogance. He's not arrogant. No, he's just maybe a bit unwell, and he's sort of dysregulated. And when he was in his pomp not so long ago, when he was doing all those interviews, sharp as a tack, talking about and enjoying his moment of the sun, his glory, which is what he wanted through his political ambition that was thwarted, when he was getting all that attention and being called like the person who solved the case, when his narcissism and his boundless need to be admired and thought powerful was being fulfilled by all those interviews, and everybody wanted a piece of him, to praise him. He didn't seem all fragile then, did he? He didn't feel all like kind of a bit vacant and a bit fragile. This is how evil works. It's got many masks. People don't recognize it when it's right up in their grill. And that's how people like this get away with what they do for years and decades. What happened in the Linda and Bonnie Lewis case, how he destroyed that family, that relationship between mother and daughter for years and years. And he knew, as I said before, he knew how wrong he'd got it. It's like Southall. If you look at Southall, Stuart Gillam did a video about him recently, but if you look at the videos of Southall, his manner, his affect, the state of him, you know you're dealing with an incredibly dangerous person with boundless arrogance, with no conscience at all. And this is the same as Evans, in spades. And I realise the point that some people made that I've read in another place on the internet, that he's not the only person to blame, as it were. No, of course, there are many others. The consultants, the police, the CPS, the judicial system as a whole, large swathes, the majority of the media. Of course, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean, though, that you start to say, well, we've got to start feeling sorry for this bastard. Think of Lucy Letby's family. Think of her parents and her herself. 5 years in prison already. There's already these murmurings of, well, oh, maybe he's not well. Look, he trembled a bit when he brought the cup to his mouth. He wasn't doing that recently, was he? He's already realising that's a way out. He already knows that he's been found out. This demon has been fucking found out, and he's already trying to parlay it into something, oh, well, maybe I'm a bit fragile, maybe I didn't know what I was doing, look at me, please feel sorry for me. That's the mask dropping. That's the mask dropping down to avoid accountability already. Maybe I'll get some sympathy. That's the manipulation in continuing. That's what he's done all his life. That's what he is. And this kind of pathological altruism, this pathological empathy is just waiting to embrace him. You watch while it happens. In the end, he'll just be sort of some kind of kindly, which is what some kindly old gentleman who didn't really mean it, even though he's desperately needs and wants and desires an innocent person to be in prison until their last breath, to steal all their life, steal their possibility of relationships, family, freedom. He's robbed that of someone. He's robbing it every day. He's calling her evil. He's the epitome of arrogance. And I'm already seeing this soft peddling on it. And it really pisses me off. Do you remember what Weinstein, the film producer, when he finally was brought to court and brought to account for the things he'd been doing for decades, and he turns up on that walker like he's all enfeebled, and he's got the facial thing, he's been around actors all his life, Weinstein, so he's got this kind of vacant look as though he doesn't know where he is, and he's suddenly become all incredibly fragile overnight. And he gets back, it's like Kaiser Soze gets back into the car and he goes, fucking hell, I can take that mask off now. It's all performance. It's all performance. And you might see it in some of the other ones. Eventually you'll hear Jayaram come out, oh, I've had a bit of a nervous breakdown, I'm depressed. Oh, I've got PTSD. All the excuses will come out. But what's worse, they'll all find warm and welcoming bleeding hearts to suck it all up, to show how, quote unquote, kind they are to these people who destroy other people, to want to forgive them, to want to soft pedal on it. Whether the injury and harm's been done to other people, Lucy Letby centrally, her family, her friends, all her family, and the parents who have been manipulated and abused, and the heartache they've been put through. That will all take second place to the people that want to look at these miscreants, these degenerates, and say, oh, well, there but for the grace of God go I, maybe I could have been like them as well, and maybe I would have done it as well. No. It's like the judge at the end of the summing up of I couldn't think of his name for a minute, Ted Bundy. The judge at the end says, this judge at the end goes to him, calls him partner or something like that. Yeah, you're a great guy. I wish you would have, because he represented himself, Bundy. And he goes to Bundy, hey partner, take care of yourself, look how you go, and all that kind of stuff. And goes like, you would have made a great lawyer. I would have been proud to have you. I would have been proud to have you in my courtroom, as a lawyer. That's the sickness. That's part of the human sickness that will just want to. But it's also the beguiling. It's the beguiling of the psychopath. And they do it. They'll manage it in all kinds of ways, either by pretending to be weak or having some kind they have an aura around them. They clearly have some kind of aura around them. And that even applies to Evans. I mean, it doesn't look now he's in I'm sort of like I'm distracted mode slightly. You can see it building. He's aware. He's aware of doing that as a strategy. It's going to happen. He's going to start milking that, and a certain number of people, out of their quote unquote kindness, will be fully accepting of it and say, well, he's all right, really. Oh, we mustn't blame him. It's not his fault. It's the system. And then that's going to start to apply to the consultants. Oh, it's not Breary and Jayaram. It's the system. So what is the system then? Yes, there is a systemic failure, but it's about individuals as well. There's quite a number of people should be in prison as a result of what they've done here. And there'll be a queue of people trying to get virtue points to feel sorry for these utter bastards that had it been their sister, their daughter, their best friend, they wouldn't be in that. They wouldn't be in the giving vein. They would not be in the giving vein. It never ceases to amaze me, but I've got to keep it real as I see it. I can't stand this sort of thing, and it happens time and time again. And it's why you get so many psychopaths in power, because they can rely on the pathological altruism of others, and they use it to their best advantage, and they can swap masks, all their many masks, at the drop of a hat. And that's why we're being ruled by psychopaths in every government across the world, and certainly in this country. Anyway, that's what I believe.